So, hello guys. As promised, I wanted to do a Q&A video, and, well, this is it. Ha 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 ha. So, I have a list of questions here, not that, that I will be answering. They're kind of random questions, but I'm going to try to cover all my bases and make sure I answer everything to the best of my ability. So forgive me if I'm jumping around a bit and if I start to ramble a little. I kind of ramble sometimes. And also forgive me if I say like a lot. Forgive me if I say like a lot. Remember now. Anyway, it's like 3 a.m., so forgive me if I sound like an idiot. Okay. Question number 1. What made me want to start drawing? Well, when I was a kid, I used to color with my mom a lot. And my mom was really good at coloring. Like, she was perfect to me. So I was just completely fascinated watching her color things. And one day I just kind of decided, you know what, Mom, I'm gonna learn how to draw. And I'm gonna draw you coloring pages. And that's what made me want to start. I still have yet to draw those coloring pages, but I tried, and every now and then I'll try again, but she doesn't color as much anymore, so I don't know if I'll ever get to it. Okay, question number 2. Do I notice a difference in art I've done in the past versus art I've done today? Yes, very much. My old artwork is so bad. Like, I look at it sometimes, I'm just like, oh my god. I was there once. To think that there was a time where I couldn't accurately express what I wanted to express through drawing is surprising to me. To think that I couldn't draw then what I draw today. It's kind of surreal, really. But yes, there's definitely a noticeable difference. Art in the past is a lot more weird to look at to me. The anatomy's weird, and it seems like it wasn't even done by the same person. In fact, sometimes it actually makes me gag. Like, legitimately just my brother shows it to me every once in a while, and sometimes I'll see it on my Facebook, like, drowned in my art, like way in the back beginning of my Facebook, and I'm just like, it's tough to look at. So yes, there's a definite difference in art that I did in the past versus today, very much. What makes me want to draw now is question number 3. What makes me want to draw now? Myself, honestly. If you know me in person, you know I don't talk too highly of myself. I go through depression a lot, and sometimes the darkness gets me, and drawing gets me through it. If there is one thing that I do like about myself, it's my art. Because I've never really been good at speaking and explaining myself and my feelings, but when I'm doing art, you know, I don't have to really use words. I can just do it, and poof, there it is. You can see it. I don't have to say anything. You can see the emotion that I feel. What's inside me is there for you. And my ability to do that for myself to express to others what I feel by doing a little bit of art is honestly the best thing I've ever done for myself, and I don't want to stop doing it. And that's what makes me want to draw now. And also my artwork makes people happy. I'll doodle something here or there and people will come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, you drew that? And they'll get so excited, and it warms me up inside, because I'm just like, it's so easy for me, but for them they're so amazed, and I'm like, it just makes me happy I could brighten someone's day with it. It really does make me happy. Question number 4. Who is an artist I look up to and why? Well, I really like Tim Burton, if that's not obvious in my Nightmare Before Christmas apparel and whatnot. But I really like his art style because he's got a very unique style. It's kind of creepy, and it's, got that spooky feeling to it, and I like it because it's different, people don't have that art style. It's not something you see all over the place, and it's very unique, and I really like it. It's got kind of sketchy quality to it. I really like sketchy work too, because you can kind of see their process, but I don't strive to draw like him, but I really do appreciate his work and looking at it. I don't think I really strive to be, like any other artist. I just kind of want to be my own. Sometimes I do put myself down because I'll see other artists that are better than me, and kind of just be like, oh, I'll never get that far. But, again, the previous question, art from my past compared to now is, I would have never imagined I could do this well. So, I mean, maybe I'll get there someday, but honestly, you never really stop putting yourself down, do you? It's just, we do it, we all do it, it happens, it's okay. But yeah, I look up to Tim Burton's artwork because he's got a very unique style, and he's not afraid to be, a little spooky and a little different, and he doesn't, really care what anyone thinks. He doesn't care if they think, oh, well, your art's creepy, oh, it's it's unsettling. He's just like, so? And look at him, he's got, like, movies, and, Nightmare Before Christmas is everywhere, even though it's, connected with Disney, but, like, you say Tim Burton, everyone knows who Tim Burton is. Or at least most of the populace knows who Tim Burton is. So his fearlessness to be unique is something I definitely look up to. I try to be like that. Be unique. I don't know if I succeed, but I try. Okay, what is the most important thing in a drawing? Sorry, I bumped my table. I don't even know if I can edit that out. I'm probably not even gonna try. I'm too lazy. The most important thing in a drawing. Well, going back to the coloring bit, when I would color with my mom, she would always tell me that the most important thing to color were the eyes. It was the most important thing. And I know now she was telling me that because eyes are the windows to the soul. So when she was telling me then that, you color the eyes and that really brings, your picture to life, I know now that's what she meant, and I think that has become the most important thing in a drawing to me, is definitely the face. The eyes are really easy to me, but I'll definitely fiddle around with the face a lot more than I do the rest of the drawing. Like, I'll fly through the rest of it, but when I get to the face, which is actually in the early stages of my drawing, is one of the first things I do. I guess it kind of governs all the body language, because your expression starts here. But I definitely pay a lot of attention to the face. There's some times where I'll just fiddle with it and keep fiddling with it, and I'll eventually get it where I want it, but a lot of the times, if it's not absolutely perfect, I'll hate the whole thing. So, but I guess this also is the most important thing though, because it's also where your personality starts. You know, it's where your expressions start. It's definitely your face. Yeah. Not much else to say about that. How do I convey emotion through visual representation? Well, I kind of just explained that on accident. Honestly, when I'm about to convey an emotion through a drawing, I always think about how I feel first. How I think I look when I feel this way. And I kind of just go from there. I'm a person who feels things very, very strongly. I'm very sensitive, and you know, I've never really been very well understood. So when I feel things, it's like a storm crashing beneath my skin, you know, like wildfires in my brain, and it can be disastrous for me, it can be overwhelming for me. So when I'm trying to convey a feeling, I think about how I feel when I'm feeling that way and what I feel inside me, and it just kind of spills out onto the paper, I guess, for you guys to see. So, I guess that's how I convey emotion. Yeah, I think I answered that. I'm not entirely sure if that made sense. Next one, because I lost count because I stopped counting. If I could do one project before I died, what would it be and why? That's easy. I want nothing more in my career as an artist and, you know, all that fun stuff. I want nothing more than to finish my Heavenfall story. I want to tell it. I want people to read it. I hope that it will be something people relate to, and I hope it becomes something big, but, you know, sometimes that just doesn't happen, and I don't know if it will happen or not, but the Heavenfall project, also known as Summits the Glass Wings project, it's my story, you know, and I don't mean that as in it's a story I made. No, I mean it's my life. It started out as, you know, a little fantasy story of me and my boyfriend, and, you know, it was just some cute, silly thing I made up, but as time progressed, you know, that relationship fell apart, and I started using Heavenfall as a way to vent what I was going through. I started taking the events that I was dealing with, and I started putting little fantasy twists on them, because that was, you know, the original thing was I was a princess and my boyfriend was a prince, you know, that little fantasy thing. And from there, it just became me telling that story, me fighting the darkness that started trying to take over me. You know, me fighting my depression, me trying to help other people that I saw were struggling, falling in love with someone new, and learning that it's okay to be a little helter-skelter and not completely there. You know, it's okay to be struggling, and the darkness isn't an unbeatable force. You know, you can win. And I want to tell that story. It's taking me a long, long time to get it all worked out and to lay it out on paper in the most perfect way that I possibly can, but, and I know people are tired of me restarting it, but I gotta tell the story right. You know, it can't be rushed. So, someday it'll get there. So what pieces am I most proud of? I don't know. I tend to be the most proud of pieces I just finish. Like, just now finish. The most recent pieces. And then over time I'll kind of get bored of them, honestly. Like, I'll appreciate them for a long time, a couple weeks, maybe a few months, and then I'll just be like, eh. I don't know. I think it's just, I get used to it. But I'm always making something new, so, sorry, that's not really a very specifically answered question. I know I liked my goldfish piece for a long time, rainy day goldfish. And I liked that one a lot because it was unique for me and it was different. It's a girl, you know, holding an umbrella with fish around her, and she's trapped in a raindrop. And I thought that was a really cool, surreal thing that I made. And I still like it. I just think I saw a whole lot of it because it was my first print as well, so it was just everywhere for me. So I got bored of it, but I still like that one a lot. I'm really into surreal art, and the fact that I made one made me proud, because I've tried it before. I've tried making surreal art before, and it's just kind of eh. This looks like someone was, you know, half asleep and just like, you know. But that one actually came out nice, and I really liked it. And that kind of ties in with the next question, which is, what is my favorite piece so far and why? Honestly, anything that has to do with Heavenfall immediately becomes my favorite thing. Like, I think I did a sketch of the commander, which is my fiance now, and yeah, that was like my phone background for like a month. Just one little sketch of him. So, but again, what I just said, Heavenfall is an extension of my life. It's a fantasy version of my life and how I deal with my depression and stuff, so I guess that's why I like it so much, because it's personal. Is there any art medium I want to experiment with? I really want to do wood burning. I actually bought the wood burner pen. I just bought a wood burning pen. Well, I didn't just buy it, I bought it a while ago, but I really want to try it. I'm having some trouble getting a hold of actual wood, though, to do it on. But when I do, I'm going to be super excited, because I think it's going to look neat. And I think it's going to be, like, really cool holiday gifts. Wooden, like my art on wood. That's not going to happen this year, though. I don't foresee that happening. My work schedule's like, Anyway, how did I know art was what I wanted to do? Well, I kind of started just, you know, coloring and scribbling like any kid does, and I just really liked it. Like, the feel of crayons in my fingers. I felt like the creaminess of wax, you know, rub it on the paper, and I felt it in my fingertips, and I really liked it, you know. And I didn't want to stop because I liked it. It made me happy, and I didn't really know that art was what I wanted to do, like, for my entire life, I guess, but I started doing it one day and I never really stopped. And then people ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, I want to be an artist because I don't want to stop doing this. I don't. I, you know, want to express myself to people, and I want them to be happy when they see my work, and that is exactly what I have become. Make people happy with my art, because I can't really do it with my words too well. So, I'm not really good at talking. But I've been talking a lot for this last, like, 15 minutes or something. I don't even know how long it's been. I'm tired. And last question. Was there anyone or anything that inspired me? My mom inspired me a lot. She pushed me a lot when I was a kid to keep doing it, and she was so proud of me and just keep pushing and pushing, and you know, I did. And I always wanted to draw pretty things for her because, you know, she introduced me to art to begin with, even though she wasn't really an artist herself. She just kind of colored. But I always wanted to do pretty things for her because she was my best friend as a kid. Especially when my older brother started going to school and I was left at home all alone. She was definitely my first inspiration, and since then I've kind of just been inspired by several different artists and people all over the world that I've, you know, come in contact with. You know, you run into people and they're just like, a lot of them aren't very nice and they're dark and hurtful, but then you run into a select few in like the strangest places and they're just so bright, you know, against the gray background. They're so colorful and they just want nothing more than to help you and help other people and make people smile, and they're the best type of people. So I guess people inspired me. Everyone inspires me. I sit back and I don't really talk much, and I watch people, not in the creepy stalker way, but like, I just sit back and watch them interact with each other, and it's so interesting how people are. You know, they can be mean and cruel and disastrous creatures, but at the same time, they can be so gentle and they can be so funny, and there's so much emotion and light in a world that is really dark. There's a surprising amount of light in the world, and that light inspires me. So, I'm gonna end this now because my phone is saying my storage is full, and that's why the video keeps cutting out. Too many pictures of my kids taking selfies of their shoes. Anyway, so I hope my answers to these questions satisfy and intrigue. Feel free to ask me any more, and I can do another Q&A video and answer those as well. I actually really like answering questions because I don't really have the chance to talk much or talk about myself, and it's kind of nice because, you know, it's not like I'm, you know, there's a phone in my face. It's not a person, so it's a lot easier for me to talk and explain myself and where I come from. So, any more questions? Happy to answer. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. I want to personally thank everyone that has been supporting me this whole time. Honestly, I know I keep making posts like that, but really, I am amazed that there's 130 people on my Facebook page following me right now. Like, completely amazed, because I did not think that I would touch that many people. And the fact that you guys are interested in me enough to follow me and see everything that I post and watch me grow makes me want to grow more, you know. After figuring out that many people are following me, you know, my motivation definitely improved. I've started drawing every week and posting something every week, and I don't want to stop. So your support has been motivating me and making me want to keep growing and going as an artist. And, you know, I don't know where I'll get to someday, but the fact that I have your support now, it's keeping me alive, honestly. So, thank you. Because art is how I breathe, and you guys are helping me breathe. So, thank you. And thank you for watching this video if you did. And if you didn't, you should watch this video. And I believe that's it. So if it's night, have a good night. If it's morning, have a good morning. And try not to kill anyone, because I know sometimes it's hard. And I will see you guys another time. Hopefully in my next Q&A video, if you guys ask me more questions. So,